What does healing look like for you? What does healing look like for you? In 3 words.
Well, it's more than 3 words, but just just when you say healing, I deal with it every day. As a mother who lost 2 kids to gun violence, healing is hard, but you don't get over it. You move forward. You never get over it, but you learn how to deal with healing, especially when you have a support group. You need support. And when you have a support group and you're dealing with the different lives and families that have had a loss, like you heard the mom say, um, healing is not easy. But that support and working with the community and your family, you will deal with it. It hurts every day when you're trying to get out the bed. The mothers can't get out the bed. The fathers can't get out the bed because that pain and you healing in order to get them. So, but you will learn to deal with it through a great support team and let the mothers and fathers and family knows they are not alone. I'm not going to talk about bail reform because the killers and the murderers and the robbers, that's what the bail reform is for. The good part is working, but the bad part got to work too. Thank you.
I will try to keep to 3. I would say counseling and uncomfortable conversations and community. Those 3 things for me are about healing. You want me to explain that? I mean, counseling is sort of obvious. Like, I think we all deserve counseling individually and as a group. I think uncomfortable conversations for me, like, this conversation is healing, right? Like, being a part of the conversation, being in the space and holding space for others and listening is healing. And community, like, community is always healing. And I would say, when I'm in community, like, I hear very much loud and clear that a gang is community, right? And so we all are looking for that community structure in some way, especially when we're going through those like developmental years of 12 to 18. Like, that's when you're trying to figure out who you are and where you belong. But it's a lifelong journey of being part of a community, and when you feel like you're a part of that, feel like people support you, that can be healing. So that's what healing is for me.
3 words, bring back humanity. Right? Human justice. If we could just come to one understanding that every human being has the right to be treated with dignity and respect. And you have the right to be safe and comfortable. Food, shelter, water, these are not things that you should have to fight for. You don't got to pass an eligibility requirement. As a human being, you deserve to be treated with compassion, caring. If we could just restore humanity, we'd be 50, 60, 70% ahead of where we are now. Every human being, I don't care what your race, your creed, your sex, any of that, if you are a human being, in fact, if you're not human, that everyone, every living thing, every living creature should be treated with tenderness and care. If we learn to love, we just do that, we be leap and bounds ahead of where we are now. Human justice.
I would say vulnerability, understanding, and patience. It takes a lot of patience.
For me, I want to say that my son left behind a little boy. He didn't know his fiance was pregnant. And so my grandson, I will fight. I will fight every day for that. Also, love, and that's biblical. You can't get around that. The Bible clearly says, treat others how you want to be treated. It's not whether they deserve it. It's God didn't call us to say, love if they deserve it. He said, love one another. Love your neighbor as yourself. And that's where it starts. It doesn't matter how we look. It doesn't matter what race. It just matters that we love one another. And that we use our voices, even in opposition, that we use our voices to speak for those who don't have a voice and love everyone.
Thank you. Give it up for all the panelists one time. Thank you to Dr. Jackie Adams.